Yo, what up, what up? It's your boy Kareem Supreme. Check this out. Sitting up under this tree. It's one of my favorite trees. I'm sitting in the School Without Walls sitting park. I call it the chilling park. I call it the chill park or the chilling park. Because this is where I am when I'm chilling, making videos. And sometimes I just come out here to just chill. We got some workers over here working on the roof across the street. That's what all that noise is in the background. It's a beautiful sunny day. It's about close to 80 degrees, maybe 77, something like that. Oh, let me get away from here. Too many flies. I mean, I was literally sitting up under this tree. Look, the bench is right here. But anyway, I want to talk about today is the 25th anniversary of Tupac Shakur being murdered in Las Vegas. 25 freaking years, man. September 7th. I remember September 7th, 1996 like it was yesterday. I remember it was on a Saturday. It was the first weekend. Of the school week. We started school, I think, that Wednesday, which was probably the 3rd or the 4th or something like that. I can't remember. And, September 7th was on a Saturday. I was happy. I was in 9th grade. First day of high school, first week of high school, and Tupac "All Eyes on Me" album was still popping, even though it was released earlier that year in February, I think, February 1996, and it was a double album. People were still playing it when I went back to school that year. It was also playing Nas and Wu-Tang Clan album. I mean, not the Wu-Tang Clan album, but let's see, it was 96. What other Wu-Tang album was out? People were still playing the GZA album, Liquid Swords. ODB album was still getting played. But people were still playing Wu-Tang. But Tupac, since it was a double album, people just couldn't get enough of it. It had a lot of features on it. And then we had heard that he had put together a new album called Machiavelli. We was waiting on that. And we was like, damn, this dude just released a double album. Now he about to release another album? I was like, man, that was unheard of. You make two albums in 1 year. Well, 3, because the double album count is 2. Now we waiting on another album? Oh, man. I was like, this dude is a workaholic. Yeah, September 1996, September 7th. When he got shot, I heard the news that Sunday morning, which was the 8th. I didn't think nothing of it because they didn't say he was dead. They said he was recovering at a hospital from gunshot wounds. I was like, oh, he'll pull through it. Went to school Monday. People was talking about Mobb Deep did it. I was like, Mobb Deep? They said Mobb Deep did the shooting. Tried to murder him. Like, this didn't sound right. Then I heard that Biggie did it. But most people kept saying Mobb Deep did it, but they had no proof. I think it sounded like something that Mobb Deep would do. And Mobb Deep fit the description, so people automatically suspected that it was them. So much for not snitching. You know what I mean? That's what people were saying. And I just didn't believe it. I thought Tupac got shot by the same people that shot him the first time in Manhattan. I thought they probably just got him out in Vegas. But then I saw the video. I saw the video a couple days after the shooting. I saw the video of him and Suge and a bunch of other dudes running and beating up a Crip, in the hallway of the MGM Grand Hotel, or wherever they was. I think it was the MGM, yeah. And right then and there, I said, the dudes that they jumped retaliated on Tupac. Right then and there. As soon as I heard that they was some Crips that he jumped, I said, oh man. I said, yeah, they retaliated on Tupac. But I thought he was going to pull through it. Then, that Friday, I'll never forget, it was a Friday the 13th. You know, it was Friday the 13th, 1996. And I remember USA, the channel USA was playing all Jason Friday the 13th movies. And I turned to MTV and they said Tupac Shakur died in the hospital of gunshot wounds. I was like, damn. I was like, wow. So that whole weekend, everywhere I went, people was talking about it. That Monday I get to school, people were saying, oh, he ain't dead, he faked his death. He moved to Cuba with his auntie, Assata Shakur, to avoid violating parole. Because he was still on parole, and people were saying, yeah, you know, they saw him fighting on the camera. That's a violation of parole. He didn't want to go back to prison. And I was like, so he fled to Cuba? I'm like, I don't know. It was a lot of conspiracy theories. You know, I didn't know what to believe. And I said, well, if he is hiding in Cuba or hiding somewhere, they'll get to him. You know what I mean? So as time went on, I started hearing, you know, people that was close to Tupac say, you know, how much they miss him. And they was crying. I'm like, yo, these people don't look like they fake crying. You know, even Suge Knight was upset about it. Now, a lot of people don't know Suge Knight got hit too. Suge Knight got hit once in the head and once in the back of the neck. If the bullet would have went further down, it would have hit his spinal cord and he would have been paralyzed for life. So not only was people saying that Mobb Deep and Biggie shot Tupac, they was also saying that Suge Knight had him set up. And I'm like, damn, if somebody gonna set you up, why would they have somebody shoot you while they in the car with you? You know what I'm saying? Allowing themselves to get hit and almost paralyzed. That didn't sound right. So I automatically knew that was some BS. You know, and as time went on, weeks turned into months, one of Tupac's homeboys from the Outlaws got shot in New Jersey. I can't remember his name. I want to say it was Gaddafi. One of them, the tall, light-skinned one with the braids. He got killed. Maybe like 2 months later, that November. I was at my boy Scott's house watching MTV News, and he was the only one. He was the only one who knew who killed Tupac. But he was found dead all the way in New Jersey. You know, it just was people dying left and right that was around Tupac. You know what I mean? As the years went by, people close to Tupac was dying. I remember maybe a decade or so ago, Tupac's right-hand man, his producer, Johnny J. His real name is Johnny Jackson. Mexican-American dude, man. He had some hot-ass beats. He produced a lot of Tupac's tracks. He committed suicide because it was a number of reasons, you know what I mean? But a lot of people said that he couldn't deal with the fact that Tupac was murdered in cold blood like that, you know what I mean? So he committed suicide. But who knows, man? It was a lot of accusations, you know, alleged, you know, reports, you know, alleged comments that people made about him. It just was crazy. But 6-7 months after Tupac dies, Biggie gets killed. March 9th, 1997. I remember that like it was yesterday too. It was on my grandmother's birthday. Man, don't seem like it's been 25 years, but it has. 25 freaking years, man. Tupac was 25 years old. And a lot of people thought he was older than that. Melly Mel said in an interview on YouTube think it was Access Dialogue, one of them channels where they always interviewing people about Tupac. Melly Mel said he thought Tupac was older. He said he thought Tupac was in his 30s. He didn't know he was only 25. I didn't know he was only 25. I thought he was in his early 30s. 25 freaking years old. But the way Tupac talked and the way he rapped, you wouldn't have thought that he was only 25. He was rapping like he was in his late 30s, early 40s. He was always talking about death. I remember he had a song called I See Death Around the Corner. It was on that Me Against the World album. I'm like, man, is this dude all right? Then he had a song, If I Die Tonight. He predicted his own death in the I Ain't Mad At You video with Bokeem Woodbine. Y'all remember that? I Ain't Mad At You? And then the cover of that Machiavelli album didn't sit well with me. Him on the cross being depicted as Jesus being crucified. That came out after his death. I mean, a lot of people said it was a nice album cover, but I don't know, man. I felt like they shouldn't have did that. Maybe it was Tupac's idea. I don't know. I feel like they shouldn't have did that because, yeah, he was crucified, but I felt like it was some gang banging shit that got Tupac killed, man. You know what I mean? Tupac, like Mob James said, Tupac should have just stuck to rapping. Suge Knight should have never let him get involved with that gang banging shit. You know what I mean? Because Tupac was a writer. I understand that, but a multi-million-dollar rapper should stay in his place, man. You making all this money rapping, and that's your passion. You should stay in that lane. You shouldn't go outside that lane, man. Stay making music. If I was a CEO, I'll be like, look, Pac, stay rapping, stay out this street. We got goons, stay out these streets. We got goons for that. You just got out of prison. You on parole. You know what I mean? Stay in this studio. Matter of fact, I'm gonna build you a room in this studio. I'm gonna build you an apartment in here. Stay in this studio. You know what I mean? Stay out these streets. Leave that gang banging shit alone. You got millions of fans out here that just want to hear your music and see you act in these movies. They don't want to see you shot or dead or back in prison. That's what I would have said. But hey, hindsight is 20/20. Now look at Suge Knight. Look at him. He in prison. He might be in prison until he in his 70s. Who knows? I hope not. Hopefully he can get out. But man, he went to prison right after Tupac got shot. Some people just don't learn. I remember one time Heavy D said it best. He said you got millionaires. He said you got millionaires in this hip hop industry. They got millions of dollars, literally, but they're mad. He was talking about Suge Knight and all them. Suge Knight and Jimmy Henchman and all them. They got millions of dollars just mad. What the hell you mad for when you got millions of dollars? Rest in peace to Heavy D. I felt like Tupac would have been still alive if he would have completed his bid in Clinton Max penitentiary. If he would have did his bid, he probably would have still been alive because he probably would have got out around 2000. Who knows? I don't know. Sometime prison saves lives. It preserves lives, especially for street folks. I don't want to say the N-word, but y'all know what I mean. Anyway, let me know what you think, man. I know some of y'all saying, no, Reem, you wrong. Let me know what you think. Holla at your boy. Shalom.